Liquid couch potato fights. What the fuck just happened? That was sensational from Fabio Wardley. Wow. Holy shit balls. Wow. Let's get into Alright guys, it's Liquid couch potato fights. This is my, well, sort of immediate response to Wardley versus Huni. Obviously I had to go to bed, especially after engulfing as much chicken as I did. I'm surprised I didn't fall into like a food coma as that. Chicken, Pringles, oh my god. Just like abusing my body. No alcohol or crack or anything, so that's good. But yeah, like the chicken wings, really nice, but you're just like one after the other, and you don't even know you're eating, but you just like until the plate's empty. It's one of those. Yeah. So anyway, sensational, absolutely sensational. I've got like a breakdown of the fight because I was just making notes on the main event and a couple of other fights. I'll do a separate video for the undercard. Because yeah, it was a good event overall. Good event, not amazing, but it was a good event overall. And there were a couple of like noteworthy fights on the undercard, so I've made notes about them. But anyway, Wardley versus Huni, it was sensational. It was like basically the first two rounds I gave to Wardley, and I thought, cool, yeah. See what Huni's response is to this. So he'd taken the first two rounds, not easily, but I think the first round, it was an easy Wardley for me. The second round, I was like, yeah, I'll give that to Wardley as well. Every round after that, up until pretty much the 10th round, when that happened, I gave it to Justis Huni. He worked his way into the fight. He was preventing Wardley from doing what Wardley does, which is being on the front foot, being aggressive and trying to take him out straight away, which he did. As soon as the fight started, Fabio Wardley threw some massive right hands which missed, luckily for Huni. But Huni, he started to turn the screw basically from rounds 5 and 6. 7, 8 to Huni, 9 to Huni. He was in control of the fight. He looked great actually. He looked fantastic. He was stopping Wardley implementing his game plan. He was putting shots together. He was throwing quite a lot of lefts to the body. He was going to the head as well. He was mixing it up, mixing his levels up. He looked really good. And there was a point where I messaged my mate Phil, who was a big boxing geek as well, more so than me, I reckon. And I said, I think Wardley's goose is cooked. And we seemed in agreement, yeah, he's on his way to a decision loss. But then, out of nowhere, I thought my predictions are a bit askew. I need to get one right because he's going to lose this fight. Out of nowhere, he landed a huge bomb and he flattened Justis Huni. It was movie-esque, to be honest. I didn't expect it, especially at that time. I thought he may have some power left to do that. He did exactly that. He did what a lot of people predicted. Before the fight started, 5% on the live broadcast of DAZN viewers said they think Wardley will win. So it was actually, he was seen as a favourite much more so than I initially thought. I was thinking 75%. Wow, I was 60-40 with Wardley to win, but 75%. A lot of people were expecting to win. And those are people that have voted and they all have different levels of, knowledge on it. Some of them will be fighters, some of them casual, some of them the first event, some of them the 100th event they've been to. That's a good number that really, 75% most people thought Wardley was going to win. And I bet if you asked them how he would win, they'd say by knockout. So that did happen in the end. Yeah, ultimately he did win, but it wasn't how we thought it was going to come. We thought Huni would ask him questions that he'd not been asked before. He did. We thought it would be a back and forth fight at times and quite more strategic, educated approach. And Huni's speed and pedigree was starting to shine through, and I really did think he's going to go to a decision win here. I was a neutral, really. I like both guys. If Huni would have won, it would have been exciting for the division. He would have got a big fight next, and he could have tested his skills against someone. I don't know who could he, if he'd have won, theoretically. I think it'd be too soon for Moses to town. Where people are saying it'd be too soon to fight Bacoli over Bill, I think it'd have been too soon for him to fight Justis Huni. Maybe another fight first. Ultimately, Wardley won. Congratulations to Wardley. It was a really good fight. I really enjoyed it. Even though it was more one-sided than I thought it would be, it was a very enjoyable fight, just watching how they worked. When they were in front of each other, waiting to land shots, you could see a difference in stance and how they sort of squared up. And you'd think, yeah, Huni, if you'd have asked someone and the volume was off, you'd say, yeah, Huni's the guy with more traditional route to where he is now to this point. But again, it's that power and aggression, that he's come up against people with a better traditional background, but his power and aggression negates that. And he just took one shot out of nowhere. It was sensational, really. It was, you know, it reminds you why you watch combat sports, boxing, UFC, bare knuckle, dwarf kickboxing, whatever, you know what I mean? Just it's exciting. Not so much dwarf kickboxing, that's like something I probably watch 5 minutes of every month or something, just to see what the rough and rowdy promotion in America, probably based in Texas, to see what they're doing, crazy fights. But yeah, it was sensational, really exciting. And from this point now, where does he go? There's other things that need to fall into place. Obviously, Dubois and Usyk are going to fight. Joseph Parker's in that conversation. Joseph Parker needs to stay in that conversation. No one forget about Joseph Parker. Give him what he deserves. I think Parker should fight the winner of Usyk versus Dubois. Parker himself has requested other fights. I think he's requested a fight against Dillian White, which I'll watch it, but I'd rather see him wait. I'd rather see him wait and get what he deserves. He's calling people out, so I think he should get Usyk or Dubois. And he calls them out in fantastic, hilarious fashion as well, doing his spoof music video things. But with Wardley, yeah, it was a great fight. I really thought Wardley was done. He came back and he got the victory, and it was a huge punch. That's his X factor. That's why he's going to go very far in the division. Could he be a world champion? I'm not sure if he could be at the moment. We'll see what happens when Usyk retires. Obviously, Fury's gone for a couple of weeks and he'll be back. You know, maybe in the future, Wardley versus Dubois would be a great fight. I don't want to get too carried away, but he has just basically beaten a very, very good technical boxer. And he did it in crazy circumstances. So he does deserve everything that's coming to him. You could look at the fight and say, well, he hit that punch, but before that he's probably getting dominated, I think. Who knew he was winning every round? You could say that, but ultimately, he got the W, he got the win, he got it over the line in sensational fashion. He'll have more eyes on him now, because, you know, people that were aware of who he was before will have watched that. It will be viral knockout, I imagine. I mean, it was movie-esque. We always mention Rocky. It was one of those moments. So great fight. Congratulations to Wardley. In a sense, congratulations to Huni. He looked really good, and hopefully people will watch that and be like, do you know what? We'll give him another stern test. He didn't win that, but he was on his way to a victory. But Wardley deserves all the plaudits in front of his home crowd. It was just spectacular. It was just like, wow, did that just happen? It did. So Wardley will move on. Yeah, fucking awesome. Fantastic. I will do another video about the undercard, because there was some notable people on the undercard, like Nelson Huisa, the Albanian heavyweight. He is O'Leary, I think it's Piers O'Leary. He looked fantastic. There was some cool fights on the undercard. The event was good. It wasn't like amazing, but this main event was absolutely fantastic. So anyway, thanks for watching as usual. Let us know your thoughts. I've got Fred by my feet now. Let us know your thoughts, comments as usual. Thanks for watching and listening to my opinion on these events. I was on the couch watching it, so I lived up to the couch potato fights moniker. I ate a tub of Pringles. It's so bad. I just can't stop once I pop. It's not just a tagline. Once you pop with Pringles, you can't stop. I had loads of chicken wings. Didn't hydrate myself as much as I should have, but I'm catching up now. I'm going to have a nice walk today. I'm going to do a couple more videos. I'm going to watch the UFC, I think, because it was Merab Dvalishvili versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'm interested to see Merab. I'm interested in Kayla Harrison. So some cool fights on that card. I'll dip back into UFC. I'm going to watch the new series, The Ultimate Fighter, at some point in the next few days. Give my opinion on that, because I'm genuinely curious how it holds up to when I used to really enjoy watching it years ago, when it was Nate Diaz, EJ Penn, Jens Pulver, Rampage Jackson, Rashad Evans. Anyway, cheers for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.